Hello, my name is 𝐬𝐻𝐫𝐞, and I'm currently a graduate student at Vanguard University. I have one more semester left before a Master of Arts degree in Education. I previously earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Biochemistry from Vanguard and an Associate of Science degree in Chemistry from the nearby Orange Coast College. For employment, I'm currently a substitute teacher over here in Newport Mesa Unified School District. I earned a full math teaching credential at Vanguard University. I took the 3-semester route over there. I did my student teaching in math. I'm also a youth minister intern at the local community church, and I also play the piano over there. On the side, I love to juggle, and so I do volunteer assemblies across the Orange County Department of Education, encouraging a lot of students and staff on autism awareness, disability awareness, and acceptance and inclusion. And I bring in juggling and magic. I tell them it's not real magic, as well as a science demonstration. I use all of them as analogies and to illustrate points. And so far, I've encouraged thousands of students and staff across this county. So what is my latest book called? My latest book is called Unstoppable: How One Person with Autism is Never Giving Up on His Lifelong Dream to Become a Teacher and a Worldwide Influencer. So what inspired me to write this? I was inspired to write this because toward the end of my student teaching in late 2022, I thought that my story might be an encouragement to a lot of people, especially aspiring teachers. And my hope is that people would know that disability or not, anybody can do whatever they set their heart and mind to do. And my book takes you through my early years when I first wanted to become a teacher, all the way through the credential program and the rigor of it, as well as the adventures in substitute teaching. And there's a lot of challenges and limitations due to autism, but I've never allowed them to stop me in any way. In my new book, I tell stories of things that have happened to me from my childhood even to the present day in recent years of the discrimination that I've received as a person with autism, particularly people out in the neighborhood especially, that look at me in a different way. And what my first book and social media is endeavoring to do is to just tell the world that even though a person has a disability doesn't mean that they're like a lost cause. They still have purpose and a calling, and I'm hoping that everyone would get along with each other. So for this book specifically, I had written it to encourage aspiring teachers or people that want to get into any field. And if they have a disability, that shouldn't slow them down. So what was the research process like? Well, there wasn't really much of a research process since it's basically my story and I lived it, but I did have to, go through so many emails and records and notes that I've taken just to ensure that I told the full story and I didn't miss anything. So what do I love about writing? I love writing because you could go anywhere. If it's creative writing and if you have an imagination, you could write about anything that you want to, and you're in charge of the storyline and the characters. As for my new book and my first book, they are non-fictional pieces, and so I loved the fact that I got to tell my story, and as I told my stories and as I told things from my perspective, it was a catharsis. It's like I was holding in a lot of things in my heart and in my mind that I just got to release. Something else that motivated me was the fact that these books can probably help a lot of people, and those are some of the reasons why I love writing. So what's one piece of advice that I could give anyone who's thinking about writing a book? It would be this. My advice for anybody writing a book is take notes, whether that's like in a notebook or on the computer, so that you could keep track of the storyline and where you are. Keep notes on like what you want to talk about, so that when you do get to it, it's more of a sense of calmness because it's already outlined here, instead of trying to remember everything, worrying that you forgot certain things. Once the first draft is put together, give it a day or two or maybe a week, and then go over it again and read it through for flow and see if you need to make any changes or additions, or if you realize, well, maybe that's not necessary to keep in, so I'll take it out. And then after that, then choose how you want to publish. Do you want to self-publish, or do you want to hire an agent and be royalty published? But one of the most important things, first of all, is starting the project. And then persevere and never give up as long as it's your passion. So where could you buy my book? You could buy my book Unstoppable on Amazon. It's available in print and Kindle. It's also on Barnes & Noble and can be ordered at any library or bookstore. When you go online, such as Amazon, I would put Unstoppable 𝐬𝐻𝐫𝐿 and then press enter. That's because there's a lot of books that's titled Unstoppable, so if you put Unstoppable Matthew Kenslow, I'm sure it would be the first to pop up. Thank you very much for listening, and if you do decide to buy one or both of my books, then I hope that it's an encouragement to you.